What's going on, guys? I am Toxic Jordan. Welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be doing a little summoning guide for the new AGL LR Golden Frieza that's going to be dropping here. Actually, I'm not sure when this video is posting. Maybe tonight, tomorrow night, depends on when I drop the video. It's actually going to be January 15th, 2023. At 10:30 p.m. PST. So whenever that is for you, that's when we could expect to see this drop. So I actually do not have a clear and definitive answer for you yet on whether you should summon or not. There's a lot of factors to consider. We're in kind of a weird period here on Global. So I will explain this in more detail. Hopefully things will make sense by the end of the video here. So the very first thing let's do, let's go ahead and take a look at the banner. So this is what the banner looked like on JP. It had the new style for the yellow coin banners where there's 3 featured LRs. So we have the new LR Golden Frieza, which is a really, really good unit, by the way. And then we have the physical Android 17 and Frieza, and then we have the Tech Goku Frieza card. And then the rest are just, featured like TURs. So overall, I'd say the banner's kind of trash. Because, of the 3 LRs, the only one that's even usable at all is the new Golden Frieza, which is a very, very usable card, but the other 2 LRs are completely unusable at this point. Goku Frieza are obviously not like a trash unit, but because Universe Survival Saga is a nothing team at this point and needs huge updates, you can't really run this guy because there's no teams. And then, for all of the TURs and stuff here, it's trash, and then the AGL Golden Frieza's usable, decent. But he's also such an old unit, and he's just an unfeatured like banner unit that's always around. I'm sure most people already have this guy. So yeah, I just cannot like condone summoning on this banner simply for the fact that it's a bad banner. However, there are some other things to consider. So one thing I want to mention really quick is that this is the first time that we've gotten a yellow coin banner in a long time. So if we take a look at the unfeatured list, it's going to show us all of the yellow coin units that have been released in order here. So this is the newest yellow coin LR that we've gotten, the Super Saiyan Goku and Gohan here. Now they released in the middle or at the beginning of May. So what is that, like 8 months ago? Or something like that? They released like 8 months ago. Since this unit, we have not gotten a single yellow coin LR. Because of the Carnival banners that have been coming out. We've been getting a lot more of those. That seems to be a very popular thing that they want to do for most celebrations, is do the Carnival LR thing. The yellow coin LR thing has been very, very rare. So just considering like the usage for your gacha coins, I am predicting that coming up in the future, the yellow coins are just not going to be what they once were. I would assume that if you're going to do a little bit of summons on this yellow coin banner, if you don't accumulate 500 coins to be able to buy yourself a unit from the shop while you're summoning on this banner, I can't tell you how long it's going to be before you'll have another chance to use some of these coins. So yeah, like, there is the possibility that they only release these yellow coin banners once every 6 months, once every 8 months at this point now, because they're doing so many of those Carnival banners instead. So yeah, if you're just thinking as far as like the efficiency of building up your gacha coins and stuff, then I would definitely say it's wise to skip this banner so that you can summon on the Carnival coin banners instead, because there are a lot of yellow coin units that end up featured on those banners and stuff, and then you'd be able to potentially buy them there if they were featured. So yeah, I don't know. It's a little bit weird right now, just because they have recently added the Carnival coin thing, and they're like shifting around the way that they do these. It would have been a lot more worth your value if the Carnival thing didn't exist, and we knew that there was going to be more and more yellow coin banners coming up back to back to back. So the other thing to consider here is what is coming next on Global. So obviously for JP, they're about to get into the 8th anniversary, which we are not going to experience until July. We are quite a few celebrations behind, as usual, on Global. So let's go ahead and take a look at all of the other major banners that are going to be releasing. Basically, banners that have not yet released on Global that we have seen on JP. We're going to go over all of those coming up, just to know if there's anything else that is wiser to be saving your stones for that you shouldn't maybe be summoning on this one. Okay, so the first banner that we can take a look at here is the Path to Power Kid Goku here. He should be, if they continue to go in the same order as they did on JP, then he should be the next Dokkan Fest coming to Global. So the Path to Power Kid Goku, this is what his banner looks like here. Definitely not that good. The Kid Goku himself and his banner unit, the Android 8 here, these two units are absolutely amazing. Very, very solid units. The rest of the banner, not so much, right? Obviously, we've got Baditz here, we've got Videl, Bojack, and Beerus, all completely aged out. And then you have the Turles, which he's a decent unit, I suppose. Definitely not bad. But yeah, so overall, I would say the banner is kind of an L. You've got 3 decent units and 4 garbage tier units. So, yeah, it's decent. I mean, honestly, I would say if you just compared the two banners side by side, this banner is better than the Golden Frieza banner, so that is something to consider for sure. But another thing to consider too is that there are so many strong units that have come out recently, like basically since the worldwide download celebration. There are so many really, really wanked units that have come out, and if you've pulled all of these units, you know, even going back to like the 7th anniversary, then you probably have some really, really strong team builds. I don't think that any of those units are going to like age out anytime soon, to the point where you're going to need these new units that are coming up. Maybe that won't be true until like the 8th anniversary, because I assume that there's going to be some more power creep that goes on during the anniversary when new units get released there, and they're more powerful than anything, and they're the only units that can take down the new events that get released and stuff. So that is possible. But until then, there's definitely not going to be any power creep going on, so you're not going to need to worry about like getting new powerful units. So that being said, I would not focus too heavily on grabbing units that you can add to existing teams. What I would focus on is leader skills, so that you can potentially run new teams. So, that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at the Path to Power Kid Goku here. He's got 3 leader skills here. Boyhood Saga is actually Dragon Ball Saga, and then he has Youth and Exploding Rage. So, if any of those 3 teams are ones that interest you, or that you think you would want to use heavily, then maybe this guy would be a decent option for you to summon for. But if you know that you're not going to use any of these 3 teams, then I would say maybe you would want to skip him, because it's definitely wiser to be summoning for new leaders, so that you have new team builds that you can put together and stuff. But yeah, if you've already got a lot of the top units in the game, I don't think putting this guy on like a Goku's Family team and subbing out one of your already wanked Goku Family team cards is going to do you much good. Might not be worth your stones to summon for him just now. Okay, so then the next banner after that we've got is the Dokkan Fest Bardock here. So this banner is equally as mid. I would say it's actually probably even worse. So the Bardock himself is a very, very impressive unit. The Tora is decent. He is decent on the Bardock's team, but just as a random unit, probably not the best. He is definitely not in like the top 10 on banner units or anything. He's just kind of good. And then we have the Majin Vegeta, one of the worst 200% leaders in the game at this point. And then, obviously, Super Vegeta is completely aged out. This Broly's pretty bad at this point. And then the Bardock and Frieza are, like, dead. So, yeah, definitely same kind of situation here. Not the best banner, but a very, very good Dokkan Fest unit himself. And then if we take a look at his leader skills, he's got Goku's Family. And this is, I believe, Storied Figures. Yeah. So now his leader skill is actually really, really impressive. I would definitely recommend summoning for this guy simply because of that. He's got Goku's Family, 170%, and the additional 30% is to Pure Saiyans. So if you're running a Pure Saiyan Goku Family team, you're getting a 200% leader skill with this guy. That's a very, very easy team to fill up, a full 200% leader skill with. So yeah, this guy could be a really, really solid leader skill option. I imagine that a lot of people are going to be using him as a leader for the foreseeable future, because he's a pretty solid unit too. So yeah, I would say that Bardock is probably a decent unit to wait for. You just got to keep in mind that his banner is really, really not that good. Okay, so then next up we have the Dokkan Fest Yamcha. This banner, again, we're going same exact situation here. If anything, this one's a little better, because the Yamcha and the Yajirobe are insane, right? The Yamcha is a really, really solid unit. And then the Yajirobe is like probably top 5 banner units in the game at the point of his release. And then the ROF Blues here, they're again really solid unit. Another 200% leader here that you can take advantage of using. Probably not one of the better ones, but you know, they still hold a place in probably like the top 20, 25 TURs in the game, so they're not bad by any means. They're definitely usable. And then Ginyu is still really solid on his Ginyu Force team. Absolutely a very good unit to pull. And then the rest of this banner has kind of aged out. None of these units are very good. So. Yeah, so another, like, kind of good, kind of bad banner. I don't know, I would say the value on this one overall is a little bit better. And then if we take a look at his leader skills, he's got Warriors Raised on Earth, which is a brand new category that we do not have yet on Global. That category will be dropping with this guy, and then Saiyan Saga. So it's essentially like a Z Fighters category. There's like a lot of Z Fighters units on that Warriors Raised on Earth category. It is a pretty good category. There are a lot of very solid units on there. That do pair very well with a lot of the Saiyan Saga units that you can run as well. So he does have a pretty solid team, a very, very extensive team as well. So yeah, definitely not too bad here. A good solid unit if you decided to summon for him. And then the very last banner that we have is this double rates banner that is actually a Carnival coin banner that came out and has the next iteration of a Carnival Super Saiyan Goku here. So if we take a look at this banner, there's a lot more featured units because it's a Carnival double rates banner, right? So we are doing the 3 featured LR thing. We've got the new Carnival Goku, the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, and then the future Trunks and Gohan here. So of the 3 of them, you know, obviously the brand new unit is amazing. The future Trunks and Gohan have some use, and this guy is completely aged out. This STR Piccolo is insane, one of the best banner units in the game, and the rest of the banner is complete trash. It would be an L to pull any of these other units. So yeah, if that if that helps you make up your mind. Also keep in mind though that on the unfeatured list here we've got all of the other yellow coin LRs, including the Golden Frieza, will be unfeatured on this banner as well. So yeah, you could potentially pull some good LRs on this banner as well. And then looking at the Goku himself, he is a Battle of Wits 200% leader. Similar to all the other Carnival leaders, he just gets a flat-out 200% leader skill. So that's pretty decent. Battle of Wits is a good category, especially with the Power Awakening Piccolo that came out. You know, running that guy on any team is going to make it completely busted. So yeah, this is definitely a usable leader. But I would say especially if you have the Carnival LR Super Saiyan Goku from the Worldwide Download Celebration, the tech one, you really don't need this guy, because they're on a lot of the same categories, and they're both called Super Saiyan Goku. I mean, I suppose on certain teams, you can run them on the same team if you wanted to. But yeah, if you have the other guy, you definitely don't need this guy. They can definitely be substituted for one another as far as, like, how good they are. I would definitely say that the tech one is probably better than this guy, like, overall. So yeah, that is basically everything that we are missing on Global right now. That is everything that you have to look forward to. So if any of that stuff piqued your interest or caught your attention, if any of those banners, regardless of if I said the banner was good or not, if the banner is good for your account and there's units there that you don't have yet or that you'd want to pull, then by all means, go ahead and summon for it. So all of this was a pretty long-winded way of saying, should you summon on this Golden Frieza banner? If you want to, yes. If you don't want to, then no. Because we don't have anything too pressing coming up in the near future on Global. None of the new units or new teams that are going to be available are anything that are going to be game-breaking. Basically, if you were to stop summoning right now and not summon all the way until the 8th anniversary, I think confidently you could still complete every single event that comes out. You could still complete every mission that comes out with all of the units that you currently have. If you have a lot of the strongest units that came out of, like, the 7th anniversary and the Worldwide Download Celebration and stuff, then yeah, you're definitely not going to need any of this stuff coming up. However, it's very, very wonky what they're doing with the schedules nowadays with Global and JP. They're not mirroring the schedules anymore. You know, back in the day, it used to be that JP's schedule would be one thing, and then Global's schedule would be exactly the same, in exactly the same order, so we always knew what was coming next, and we were just like 4 or 5 months behind. It's not that way anymore. They like to shake things up. They like to surprise us with celebrations on both versions at the same time. Like we got the huge Movie Heroes celebration and ended up getting the gammas and stuff like that. These things, they throw things out like that at us. There's a possibility that somewhere along the lines of them releasing all these banners, we get a global first, and then that could be something amazing that we want to summon for, right? So honestly, my honest advice is save your stones for a surprise. I don't think that any of this stuff is going to be, worth your while. And I don't see many of these banners changing either. I assume that most of these banners are going to be pretty much the same that they were when they clumped to global. So yeah, so that's basically it. But we are so many months out from the anniversary. You definitely still have a long time to save for that. But in a couple weeks here, you probably could actually wait to do your summons on the Golden Frieza banner, because if you're not too worried about any of the other stuff coming up, but you really want the Golden Frieza to be able to run him like on Cooler's team, which is kind of the mindset that I am in at the moment, then what might be wise is hold out for a bit, because when this banner comes out, it's going to be available for, a few weeks or a month or a little over that. And the JP 8th anniversary is about to start. So we will see what those units are. I think when those units get announced, this banner will still be up on global. If that's the case, then you could wait until we know what the 8th anniversary is going to be before you decide to summon on this banner. And that could definitely be a good idea, because then you'll know if the 8th anniversary is something like heavily awesome that you're going to want to save for, and then you could make your decision then. So yeah, I would say definitely pay attention to what's coming up for the 8th anniversary. But other than that, the world is your oyster. Go nuts with your stones if you want. If not, that is basically everything that we've got here. So let me know what you guys think about the banner and the upcoming banners. Let me know what your guys' strategy is for your stones. If you guys have any interesting points that maybe I forgot to point out with some of this upcoming stuff, then yeah, feel free to drop all that information in the comments below. I hope this helped clear the air for some people who were unsure about whether to summon or not. If you guys enjoyed this one, then consider being a part of the Toxic Tribe with a like, comment, and subscribe on the video. We are on our way to 400 subscribers now, so please smack that red subscribe button if you haven't already. That would help me out a lot. I would greatly appreciate it. That is going to do it for this one, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace!